Hi everybody, I'm Alphedia Arara and tonight I am talking all things Samhain or Samhain or Halloween, whatever way you wish to call it. But yay, some people are coming online. My lights are a bit light. Sorry, I should always sort this out before I go live. I'll just turn them down a little bit because I look like a ghost. Right. Hello. Yeah, a wee bit more colour in my cheeks. Well, it's been an adventurous week for me with medical dramas, but I am able to talk now. So on Sunday, I was just having lunch with the workshop participants, and Aringus makes lovely sharing bread, which can have a wee bit of a hard crust. So a bit of that, and I got severe pain, but it was fine. I didn't know what had happened, but it turns out I'd cracked my tooth. But it was actually decayed, but my dentist hadn't noticed, so I had to go for emergency. Well, he couldn't see it apparently. Let's not say he didn't notice. It wasn't obvious from just looking at a tooth without an x-ray, and I don't like x-rays. So anyway, I had to go and get emergency dental work and some clove oil. And so the last couple of days I have been nursing a sore tooth. But we're hopeful we can save it because I can't have root canal because of the chemicals that are involved in that. So lots of Reiki, crystals. I'm going to put some probiotics on it now after this. High doses of vitamin C. It's feeling a lot better. My chiropractor yesterday put some laser light on it, which really helped the inflammation. So anyway, today we are going to be talking about the veil thinning, and we're building up to this portal tomorrow, the Celtic Sabbath on the 31st of October of Samhain, which is transferred into Halloween, of course. And my son and husband are currently carving a big pumpkin because tomorrow's party at the school is a pumpkin competition. So why ghosts? Why ghouls? What is this all about? Well, traditionally, this is the start of the Celtic New Year. So it's the start of the new cycle if you follow the Celtic Sabbath cycle, as I do and as my customers of elemental beings do as well. And so this is the time when the veil between the worlds is at its thinnest. So this is when it's going to be the easiest for you to communicate with loved ones in spirit or spirit guides, or other beings who are wishing to come through and work with you. So tomorrow night, I'm hosting a spirit guide workshop. Now, I haven't really taught about working with spirit guides before, and mostly mediums do that, and I've kind of left that to the mediumship community. But this year, I was quite surprised, because normally I do fairies, or I do ravens. We're going to have a little healing tonight from the Raven Skull. But my spirit guides have been quite active lately. I've got new ones as well, which is quite exciting. And so tomorrow in the course, I'm going to be channeling my spirit guide, who is a beautiful Inuit Indian, and she has been with me a long time. But I also have my wolf spirit guide. He's called Aaron, and I've got a painting of him up on the wall. So it's not just humans. You might have animal spirits that want to come through and connect with you as well, or ancestors. So my first psychic experience, well, conscious psychic experience, I was lying in my bed, unable to move, as I had been for over a year. And I had started treatment to try and get me better on my brain, the cell care therapy machine. It was sort of blasting ions at my brain to try and reduce the inflammation in my brain. But what it also started to do was lift the veils for me. And I remember waking up during the night one night, and because I had been in the same room for over a year, I didn't like the bedroom door being shut. So my door was open, and I clearly saw a man walking towards me, but he was like white. It was like grey, white, it was black and white. That's what I'm trying to say. And he was walking towards me, and he was wearing a waistcoat, what we would call a berry waistcoat. I am from Perthshire, and that's soft fruit county in Scotland. So I spent my summer holidays picking raspberries, what everybody in Perthshire went to the berries. Anyway, he was walking towards me and I didn't feel scared or anything. I just consciously shouted out, "I'm not ready for this yet. No, not now." And I saw him turn round and walk away. And I saw the back of the waistcoat, the trousers. And I wasn't into any of this stuff at the time. I was like, what was that? And I knew it was a ghost or some kind of spirit, but I thought ghosts would float. That's what I thought. Ghosts float. But this man walked towards me and I knew he was in a different realm. I also knew who he was. I didn't want to admit who he was, but I knew who he was. I knew he was my granddad Murray, my dad's dad. Now, I don't remember him. He died when I was 9, but he had dementia, and I only remember him through videos. I don't actually physically remember him. He was in hospital. He was in the community hospital, and he was away with dementia. And my dad used to every Saturday night take my granny. He was one of 6, so they all took a night to go to see him with my granny. But my mum said that we stopped getting taken because he was getting violent and we were quite young. So I never really met him, but I knew who he was. So I didn't know how to tell my parents, so I just described that I'd seen this man. Then I told my neurophysiologist, who was really the one who said, "Well, what do you think happens when you die?" I was a scientist and I thought, well, you just die. Nothing happens. You're just dead. That's you, done and dusted. And she said, "That's not right. You go into another dimension." And she was the one who started to speak to me about spirit and what happened to us after we left the physical earth. And anyway, it turns out my granddad Murray is one of my spirit guides. He's one of my key guides. And when I think back to it, my Auntie Joyce, my dad's sister, died 3 days later from the visit I got from him. And my Auntie Joyce had fallen out with everybody, like literally in the family over the last few years. But it turned out that she actually had ovarian cancer. And cancer can change your personality or your outlook. I witnessed it with my mother as well. So she sent me a really nice card, actually, when I was lying in my bed. It said on it, "You are loved more than you could possibly know," which was really nice of her, considering she wasn't speaking to anybody else in the family for whatever reason. But I'm sure he was coming. He was coming to wanting to tell me to get everybody to make up with Joyce. My dad actually phoned her, spoke to her husband and sent her flowers and things. But, it's just interesting. So really spirit was my first connection, before angels, before fairies. And it's only now that I am being guided to channel a workshop to help other people connect with their spirit guides. Interestingly, I have this Inuit who's been with me for 6 years, and her channeling is up on the website. I decided not tonight to read out to the channeled message. So if you go onto the website, elementalbeings.co.uk, and if you go to the Samhain Spirit Guide Workshop, you can read about the blurb from her. But really, your spirit guides are wanting to connect at this time. I have a new one. My friend Ken, my husband's friend originally, and he crossed over in February. And Ken always had a sense of humour. He really did. And he got diagnosed with cancer and he was gone within 3 weeks. He chose to go. He was ready. He knew he was very spiritual. He was a Buddhist. But anyway, how I found out he was my spirit guide was that I was driving back from a sound healing. Peebles is about 20 minutes away from where we live. That's the nearest town. And it was late at night. Obviously, I'd had quite a spiritual experience. I was quite open. And I was driving back alone on the main road. So the main Peebles to Glasgow road. And then I get to a point where I turn off onto a smaller road and there's less traffic and things. It's more of a single track road. Anyway, I'm driving along the road. It'd be about 10 o'clock at night. And I was aware that there was something in the middle of the road. And as I was slowing down, because I was like, what is that? And I knew it was alive because I could see the eyes, the glow of the eyes on my headlights. And I was getting closer and closer. And I was like, it's an owl. There's an owl sat in the middle of my lane. Now, anybody that's read my first book, Messages from Nature's Guardians, will know that in the bird chapter, I explain about how owls are wise souls who don't want to reincarnate, but when you see an owl, especially at night, and I used to see owls all the time. I used to do after dinner talks at Stobo Castle on angels and fairies. So we'd be coming back about midnight, and we'd always see owls, and they would fly in front of us, then sit on a fence post and speak to me. So you could have an animal coming to you as a spirit guide, or an actual animal that is your spirit guide. But anyway, I get to this owl. Now I'm on a main road. There wasn't any cars there, but the owl didn't fly away. As I got closer and closer to it, I was like, well, it doesn't look injured. Why is it sat there? This is just completely bizarre. It sat in the middle of a main road. So I had to overtake an owl. I actually had to indicate, overtake the owl, get back onto my side of the road, and then I could still see it sat there in my head, in my mirror, and then it flew off. I was like, well, this is just a bizarre experience. And then I was worrying about it because I was like, well, what was the owl? And I turned onto the narrower road, the safer road really, because it's less busy with traffic. And I just said to my guide, what was that? And then it came to me, I was like, Ken, was that you? Were you in that owl? And I could hear him laughing, and he was giggling because he had quite a cheeky sense of humour. And he was like, yes, I wanted your attention. I was like, why did you sit there why did you embody an owl and sit there? And he said, because I've got great news. And he was all excited. And I was like, okay. I mean, he'd only been crossed over about 2 months. And I was like, oh, what's your exciting news? And he said, I've been agreed to be your spirit guide. And I was like, oh, wow, that's amazing. So he's part of my team of spirit guides now, and it made me so happy. In fact, he's here. He's standing here. You might be able to see him, especially those of you who knew Ken. Such a personality. Anyway, so he is one of my guides, and he comes through a lot, I have to say. He hasn't crossed over that long, but he comes through a lot with wisdom and insight. And it's just such a great experience to have this relationship with him crossed over. And I had a moment today, I was like, oh, I'll never see him arrive. He lived in a motorhome, arriving in his motorhome, and him and Arangus would have coffee. It was their little ritual, mid-morning coffee. Anyway, I've really enjoyed that experience. And so when my guide said run a spirit guide workshop to help people connect with their spirit guides, I just thought, yeah, let's do it. Let's us all get messages from our spirit guides, find out who they are, help you clear the blocks to anything. I'm also going to do an oracle card message for everybody that takes part distantly and in person. We're going to work with the Earth Magic cards. Stephen Farmer, I'll draw a card and then bring through a little message for you as well tomorrow when the veil is thin. But it's a great time to honour your ancestors. It's a great time to connect with your spirit guides. Now, spirit guides are different to angel guides because they're not angels, they're spirit guides. So they're souls who have generally walked on this earth, you've had a connection with in some way, and they agree to help guide you whilst you are back in the physical realm. So I'm really excited. I'm excited to be doing this. And traditionally the Celts would have a celebration, a feast, and leave a chair empty for an ancestor to come and sit on. That's why in Scotland it was turnips. It wasn't parsnips. Pumpkins. It was turnips we would carve, neeps as we call them, and the lantern we put in there, lit at the door to welcome the spirits in, but also to ward off the evil spirits as well. There's two sides of the story, but it is a time. It is a time to connect with the spirit realm. So it could be the fairies that come through for you. The She in particular tend to like to visit people, especially if you live in the countryside. I put honey out at Samhain for the fairies by my fairy tree. They will be doing a procession. If you've got a fairy road going past, we've got one that goes through the garden. I mean, Arangus, I love him dearly. He's so more, not that I'm not open, but my next door neighbour, for example, she's really straight-laced, bless her. I can imagine that she's like, I don't know what she thinks of having me as her neighbour. But anyway, they bought part of the field, which goes into our garden, goes further up into our garden now, and they were putting this high fence up, and she came round to explain to my husband that the fence, which was between us, she wanted to knock it down, all this kind of stuff. And my husband said, yeah, that's fine. If you want to do that, put a new fence up, that's fine. But, you know, don't block off the fairy road. And she's like, what? He says, well, there's a fairy path that goes from the Wraith over there, down through there, and it goes through this bit of the garden. So, you know, you don't want to put a fence up there. And she was like, oh, right, so I could get into trouble with the fairies. And I was like, I was just imagining this. I wasn't there. And he was like, yeah. So she's planted a hedge, which is fine. The fairies can walk through that. But, you know, I'm so glad you did that, because I probably wouldn't have been brave enough to do that. But it's true. We have a fairy path. And so at the Sabbats, if I'm lying in bed at night, I can see them all. And if I put gifts out, they love some milk or some mead or honey, chocolate if you feel it. You know, it's just put out some kind of offering, and they'll bless you. They'll bring in blessings. So I'm really excited to see who turns up tomorrow night for our work. But do let me know if you do anything to celebrate. Obviously, candles are great. Anything that you do to celebrate your way to connect with your spirit guides. So as I say, the details of that, we'll move on to talking about the new moon now, but the details of the course, if you want to join me tomorrow night distantly, I'll call your energies in, or if you want to come, I don't think there's too many actually tomorrow night coming, so there's definitely space for attendance. It's £30 if you want to join, 36 if you're in the EU, and everybody will get a little message as well from their spirit guide, and I'm really excited about that. For those who have taken part in the amazing third eye workshop we did on Sunday, I only have 6 personal messages still to do, so if I have energy later tonight, I will get them done. So I think I did 60 earlier, and I've only got 6 left to do, so they'll be sent to you tomorrow, but the workshop is out. Those who are waiting for, because my channeling schedule is massive, those who are waiting for dragon channelings, I'm up to the 6th of October bookings. So my plan is to get them done tomorrow as well. And those who are waiting for Ardmano and Crystal Skull messages, they might be Friday. I can schedule them in. I'm still trying to save my tooth with the speaking side of things. And yes, everybody who's waiting or has emailed through their inner resurrection retreat questions, I only had 3 or 4 so far. I plan to do them on Monday, so we'll be channeling a whole batch of them on Monday. I'm actually taking the weekend off, unheard of for me, but my grandchildren are coming up. Well, my husband's grandchildren and his oldest son are coming this weekend, so we're going to have some family time this weekend, which will be nice because I haven't seen them since February, so that'll be good. But I am on schedule, and I'm sorry I've lost a couple of days with health issues for doing that. But let's talk now about the new moon. So the new moon occurred on Monday. Those of you who follow me are on my newsletter. If you're not on my newsletter, do go onto my website, elementalbeings.co.uk, sign up for the newsletter, because you get notified first of everything, even before it goes on social media. The new moon report is out now. I will do a separate video on this, but it's just to let you know it's out. It's all about the energies of this moon cycle in Scorpio. Very powerful message from Metatron, all about us building up to the rainbow diamond activation at the winter solstice. I'm trying to organise a mini retreat for that. So again, hopefully tomorrow. My schedule is getting so high. I've also got to go and help out at the children's Halloween party for the school as well. So I'm trying to find somewhere we can do a 2-night retreat near Fortingall, which is a really high vibration place with 3 stone circles. It's where the Christ line and the Rose, is it the Rose line? No, there's a female line. I can't remember it. I've run 2 retreats there. That's terrible. But the 2 big ley lines cross, and it had the oldest tree in the world, but it's now the 2nd oldest tree in the world. The ancient Fortingall Yew is there as well. So it's a brilliant place to do a retreat. So Metatron's report is free. It's on the website as well. I will do a separate video on that. I have channeled the Arcturian transmission, which I have to say, was just amazing yesterday. I had a complete transformation from that, which was a soul illumination transmission. And there's also the gong bath, 15-minute gong bath, which is just so good for bringing the new codes in and healing your soul. That's on that as well as part of that transmission. So that's £20 to download. It's on the website as well. But really, we are deeply in the Scorpio energies. We are moving into Scorpio. It's all about looking at the shadow. It's all about honouring our shadow, witnessing our shadow, and a great energy to work with to do this is the Raven consciousness. So last year, or the year before, I channeled a Raven workshop. Again, that's available to download. And I love, this is an Iron Pyrite Raven Skull. I've got some black obsidian ones coming in. I've been out of stock of them for a year because they're just hard to get carved. I've got 2 clear quartz. I've got a ruby and zoisite, and I have got this Iron Pyrite Raven. I have a clear quartz myself. They've got a hole in the eye there, so you can wear it. I wear mine as a necklace. I'll be wearing it tomorrow. But this time of the year is all about Raven. And Raven is great for shifting resistance. I've got a page on the website as well, all about working with the Raven skulls. But calling in Raven tomorrow as well will be so illuminating for you. They're highly protective. They're really good for helping you work on your shadow side. So I thought we would do a little healing with this lovely Raven skull tonight to help you all start connecting into the energies of this Sabbath and thinner veils, and see what information your guides want to bring through for you. So if you'd like that, type in yes please, or just yes, or a love heart, or a thumbs up. I'm going to sit properly because I'm sitting on my knees again. And we are going to now connect in to Raven consciousness as we prepare for the build-up. Yay, lots of love hearts and thumbs up. Thank you, whoever sent them. Right, so the Raven skulls work a similar way to the crystal skulls. So when we do the transmission, maybe this Raven wants to speak. We can do a little channeling from a Raven skull and just see what it has to say. So if you want to just prepare yourself for meditation, and you want to maybe close your eyes, or if you want to keep looking at the Raven skull, you can. Sorry, it's my iolite ring. I've been wearing that since the third eye chakra workshop, my new ring, because I'm just loving the energy of iolite. And you're just going to imagine you're surrounded in this beautiful ball of white light. And we're going to ground ourselves, burrowing our roots deep down into Mother Earth. Allowing them to spread out like the roots of an old oak tree, grounding us, anchoring us, and connecting us to Mother Earth's wisdom. And now we're going to ask that the Raven consciousness come forth and connect with us. Great spirit guides to have, your guardian Raven working with you. Now the Celts, there's a lot of myths about the Raven and the crows in the Celtic lands. They took them as totems, talismans, guides from the natural realms. And this is an Iron Pyrite Raven, as I said. So you want to connect with the Raven, just connect with its beak or its third eye here as well. Just want to make a connection. Time and space are an illusion, of course, and we're going to ask to receive a healing from you, please. Okay, greetings, greetings, greetings. My name is Conchara. I am an Iron Pyrite Raven Skull. My consciousness resides in this beautiful carving. In order that I can get close to humanity, to bring forth our Raven wisdom. The energies of 2019 have been a challenging year for many. The dismantlement of the old earth template has continued abreast, and as you're building up through this Sabbath portal, for the 11:11 moment when the timelines on Earth collapse. Raven can be a key ally and guide in any time of change. Raven can assist with shifting the resentment and the resistance. Now, why do humans resent change? You have been programmed with inertia. This was part of the Anunnaki programming to keep you from rallying, breaking out of the inner prison. But now it is time to do so. So look at where you are imprisoning yourself, consciously and unconsciously. Where are you limiting your potential? And I now will bring forth the transmission of healing to help you undo this. So just allowing yourself to tune in to the Raven. And the healing will now begin. You may get visions, you may get knowledge, or you may just feel energy shifting for you. Maybe you feel a chakra being worked on. For me, it's my throat chakra, as always. Still got the throat chakra problems, obviously. And just feel the Raven coming in and shifting this for me now. Okay, so the Raven's saying that the transmission is complete. You can watch it as many times as you want to get more healing. But wow, well, thank you. I'm not sure if I've got ravens up on the web shop actually, but if any of you would like a raven, get in touch. I'll let you know. They're beautiful to work with. Just love this one. I don't have an Iron Pyrite one. It's a lovely one. Whew, I feel quite blessed. So let's ground ourselves. Was working on the back of my neck at the top of my head there. I don't know if you can see where my head is. shifting a lot of stuck energy there, which is what the chiropractor was working on yesterday as well. So just allowing the energy of the raven consciousness to guide you going forward. As I say, I've got 2 clear quartz ravens, and I'll show you. I've only got 4 in stock. They're quite hard to get. Because they're all hand carved, so they're quite fragile. So, get back on the chair. This is a clear quartz one. I have a clear quartz one. Oh, and that one has a price on it, which is helpful. So this one's RS8 and it's 95. Oh, I forgot to add the VAT one. Oh, this one is RS9. This is a clear quartz as well. And this is the ruby and zoisite, which is RS12. So they're popular as well, the ruby and zoisite. You've got the heart and then you've got the ruby. Sorry, there's its ruby on the side. You can see the beautiful ruby in there. So I've only got 4. So if any of you are feeling the call for a raven, get in touch. And what I will do, guys, is if you join my Elemental Beings group, if you're not already in it, join the group. Elemental Beings, Fairies, Goddesses, I can't remember the whole title of it, but it'll come up. I'll put up the website links in there for the free information on the ravens and also the Raven Workshop if you are feeling the call of ravens. So what I'm going to do is just draw a card for us as a group watching live tonight, see how this card speaks to you. Those who are doing the workshop tomorrow will get a message from their spirit guide through the oracle card, and I'll be explaining who the guide is that's speaking and what they're trying to convey. I'm going to do it live on the night as well, so because usually you have to wait till after, but we'll do it all within the course, the workshop. So look forward to doing that with you tomorrow night. Right, this is for us as a group, a message from Mother Earth. Haha, it's the lightning card. It's all about the power. So it's all this, tomorrow is all about you connecting to your inner power, which is what the new moon message from Metron that's up on the website is all about as well. So, you know, go within, connect to your power, connect with your spirit guides, and just reflect on what takes you out of your power. Well, where are you giving your power away? Who are you giving your power away to as well? But harness the power of the veils being thin. Utilize this time to get the information, get the guidance that your soul is, you know, seeking and looking for, and just really take this Sabbath time to honor yourself. You might be feeling tired at the moment. The energies are quite tiring. This new moon, I mean, Scorpio is watery, it's deep. It's tiring to get down to the inner depths and to heal and clear the stuff, but it's the time to do it. So I hope you've all enjoyed our little session tonight. Does anybody have any questions? Oh, good. I'm glad people enjoyed the healing. Anybody have any questions? You can just type them in now if you have any questions about the energy of tomorrow, and I will answer them. Otherwise, I am back to pumpkin carving. And got a little bit of channeling to do. So as I say, it's super, super busy here. Thank you to everybody who's booking all the healings. We have 3 skulls working just now. We have Lunarity for past life and karmic clearing. We've heard Mano, the multi-dimensional skull that just works pretty much on everything. He's really good for psychic protection, clearing away entities and things too. And we have Anka, who is the dragon of abundance and healing the Scottish Serpentine. I'm going to release a further 2 skulls to start doing one-to-one healings as well, because they would like to do it. Siron, who is a huge black obsidian. I'll try and do a Facebook Live if I can get a table to sit him on, and he's ready to take you into the void for creating the new. And I have a very exciting skull that is just arriving. I'm not going to tell you what it is yet. It's not with me, but I have been waiting for 6 years on this skull coming. I knew she was coming, just didn't know when, and she has arrived in the UK at least, and she is heading up to Scotland next week for me. So very excited to introduce you to her, because she's ready to work. She's coming in to work. I have lots of other ones who are not working yet. I've got lots of new skulls in, new dragons are coming in, stunning jewellery, Moldavite jewellery as well, that I'll be putting up to show for Christmas presents. Christmas present to yourself, maybe. So think on the lightning card, connect with the lightning energy, work on your power, and have, most of all, a fun and wonderful day tomorrow. And to those who are joining me for the Spirit, for the workshop tomorrow night, the Spirit Guide workshop, I really look forward to calling your engine, or if you want to come round, there is space. Come along, have some Halloween fun with us as well. It's a 2-hour workshop where we'll have a bit of a party afterwards as well. So yeah, lots of love, many, many blessings. Quick questions. Would a shift in energy feel like a shiver? Yes, totally. But often spirit comes through. If spirit guides trying to connect with you, ghost shiver. Yeah, spirit can make you shiver as well. Angela, you are next, by the way, on my list for a channeling, because I looked at that today and I'm hoping to get yours done tomorrow. So yeah, my tooth is starting to settle down. It's feeling better. It's not been waking me up the last 2 nights. Bless, I've had to be propped up on a pillow. So I'm going to go and take more vitamin C. Vitamin C is a really good natural painkiller if you take the 1,000 microgram tablets. Good tip for everybody. I'm on the homeopathy, and I'm going to put some clove oil on it as well. But it's all just about reducing the inflammation, and I am manifesting. I'm saving this tooth. It's just it's just a little one. The problem was the one that I was getting a lot of pain in and focusing all the healing on. It's not the damaged tooth, it's the one beside it. So it's like referred pain that's going up into the other tooth, which is probably what was confusing my dentist as well. Because like, no, it's definitely in there, it's definitely there. X-ray on Monday showed it was the next tooth. But good point to talk about. I mentioned it in the workshop, but maybe all of you didn't do that. Part of the problem we have is we are ascending and our bodies are crystallizing, and I've not been taking enough calcium into my diet, or not been able to simulate it. So I'm on calcium supplements now to strengthen my teeth. I mean, dentists, conventional dentists say, oh, it doesn't make a difference, but it does. I've got some remineralizing toothpaste powder, which has worked for me in the past, and I don't know why I stopped using it, because it was keeping my teeth really well. So I've got that I'm using as well. So yeah, we are manifesting a full recovery for my tooth. Is what I'm working on. So thank you everybody, sending you all lots of love. Have a wonderful day tomorrow. Namaste.